Hello, friends. It is Memorial Day weekend, and I am making sausage and peppers. There's my timer going off. Right now, I'm doing a batch of hot Italian sausage for those that like that. And I'm going to set that aside on a plate, and then I'm going to cook up some sweet Italian sausage. I hope it's nice where you are. I'm going to get a plate. Excuse me. Pardon me. Um, I live in the Pacific Northwest, and it's kind of chilly this weekend. I think Memorial Day is going to be decent, but today is chilly. So if you're having a chillier start to your summer picnic, Memorial Day picnic, this could be a very good recipe for you because it'll warm you up. So I'm going to take these out of the pan, and these are set done. So we're going to set them aside. And next, we're going to put our sweet Italian sausage. Now, I put a little bit of olive oil in there, probably like less than 2 tablespoons. Let's put a little bit more. And don't worry about that darkness from the browning of the sausage because that's going to give our sauce and our sausage and peppers an amazing, yummy flavor. Just going to make sure we don't burn these. I've got it on a medium low. I can turn it up a little bit to medium, but because we're gonna have these, I'm doing about 10 links because more of us like the sweet Italian sausage. I don't know about you, but the hot sausage is just too hot for me. Ugh. I try to like it. I like the flavor that it gives my sauce. I have to say that. Now you're gonna have to let me know if this is how you make sausage and peppers. Most people I know, when I found this out as I'm getting older and washing my hands after touching that raw meat. So most of my friends that make sausage and peppers, they just make sausage, peppers, and the onions. They don't add something that my mom always made. So let me get you a jar of sauce. She puts sauce in it to make either whether homemade or store bought. So that's what I grew up thinking when people say sausage and peppers. My mom always made that for, especially in the summer, for family picnics and get togethers, and it was a big hit. And I just thought that's what everybody does. But as I got older and older, I thought, a lot of people don't even make it that way. And even people that grew up in my hometown, I grew up in uh, the Northeast in Connecticut, little town called, well, it's not so much little, right? It's a city. Well, it's a town city, East Haven, Connecticut. Go Easties. But anyway, a lot of my friends there too say, no, that's not how we make sausage and peppers. We just make sausage, peppers, onions. You kind of put that, you cook it, and you can put it on the grill. A lot of people put it on the grill. Who knew? But I think you're gonna love it this way. If you like tomato sauce, you're gonna love it like this. And how we do is we put it in like sub rolls or little hoagie rolls, and I'll show you what the rolls we put them in. So just gonna keep a close eye on this. I put this up to medium heat, and you're gonna watch it because this I've got this big pan, but the ends don't or the edges don't cook as fast as like the center. So you just want to keep an eye on it. You don't want to overplay it, but keep it about medium to medium low. You can put a lid on there. That's what I do after so that it cooks through without getting over brown. So we're gonna go ahead and cook this. And one thing actually, while we're cooking, we couldn't finish prepping. I've already pre-cut. All right, yeah. chop these up before I went on camera because I use a lot of peppers in this dish because peppers cook down, right? So I've got a mixture. You can just do the green if you like it. I like all the colors. I like the orange, the red, the green, and the yellow. I grew up with this with pretty much the green, and then I think as my mom got older, she started incorporating the red and even maybe did the other. So I'm flipping these over. Like I said, you got to keep a good eye on this. You don't want to burn it because you don't want burnt on the bottom of your pan. And you don't want your sausage to be burnt. That won't taste too nice, will it? So there we go. And I'm going to put this, well, this lid isn't quite big enough. I might have to use I don't have a lid to this pan, so we're just going to go here. Now, normally I would be putting my vents on, but since I'm cooking here today with you, I don't want that to have that loud sound. So noisy. All right, so let's turn this camera around and I'll just finish chopping up the rest of my peppers. And I just try to put them on the sides that are still not brown. Now I noticed this batch, some of the sausage is coming out at the end of the casing, not much. No, this is okay. Try to take that uncooked part and flip it over so it. The thing about sausages, they're curved, so it's kind of hard to get it to do exactly what you want it to do. And I always put a little timer on there so that I know in case I get busy doing other stuff, I'll be like, forgot to turn the sausages. So let's go ahead and cut up. I thought I would cut up some of the last bit of peppers. So what I do, and I'll show you in the video too, is I just cut off the ends and I take out that middle part. Just slice them up. Now remember they cook down quite a bit. I'm trying to think how much I've got. So I generally would do about maybe one onion per 6 peppers. So I think I've got, let's see, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got like 10 peppers here. So I'm not showing you what I'm doing. So I'm basically taking a paring knife and going along the edge. Just dump that over my garbage bowl. And sometimes you just need to take a spoon. This doesn't have too many seeds in it, but I just scoop out any seeds. I don't like a bunch of seeds in my sausage and peppers, so this one had more, so let's scrape that out. And you can scrape out some of that white pithy stuff that's inside the peppers. Not going to hurt anything, but make it look a little nicer. I've got like 10 seconds. We've got to turn those sausages. There's a little thing in there. All right, let's check those sausages. This is the real busy part. If you can get all your peppers and onions cooked ahead, cut up and prepped ahead of time, this makes this go pretty quick. This really isn't too long of a recipe. And I'll give you a little info. If you cook this the night before your event and let them soak, oh my gosh, the sauce is like incredible the second or third day. This gets a rich brown from just all the sausage sitting in there, and yummo. So now I only usually make this once a summer. Or if I have a special event or something, maybe I might make them, but generally I only. So I'm thinking about this probably take 10 to 12 minutes to cook those up. I said you don't want it too high because you don't want to burn them. So let's finish getting this prepped. I was I was at work and talking to one of my customers, and we were talking about, and they were probably like around my age. So I'm 60. How old am I? 61, I think. Yeah, 61. I'll be 62. And they were about my age, maybe a tad younger. And we are talking about when we were kids. It's like, it was a big deal at like Memorial Day and even 4th of July. Well, especially Memorial Day. Like that was like the kickoff to summer. Families get together and have family picnic, or we would sometimes go to a different relative's house. Maybe you didn't get a chance to see your relatives as often. And some people like that, and some people don't. But we won't go there. But a few times a year you get together with relatives, get to see the cousins, get to see the aunts and uncles. I'm just cutting these up. I know, right in the middle of my thought. What? Maybe finger size, not even finger size. You don't want them tiny, but you don't want it so big. So anyway, so what I was saying is, yeah, we would go to aunt and uncle's house. They'd always either play badminton or always bocce ball. If any of you grew up with that. Anyway, or we would go to the lake, a lake or campsite, and have just the day away from home and make a day of it. Go in the water. And we're talking about, it seems like families don't do that as much, but maybe we're just not noticing it. But you got to make it happen. You got to make the plans. Let me know if you still do those fun things. Go to the lake. I do know people that still do that kind of thing. It's good to get away. I have a friend. She has an RV, and every summer they go to their little campsite with their RV and just enjoy the summer. And I do have a few friends that do that kind of thing. Even if they don't go far away from home, it's away from home. You do need to get away from home sometime and make yourself get out in the wilderness and just chillax. Because when you're home, a couple of things happen, right? You either end up doing a lot of chores at home, so you don't really relax, or you become a couch potato. No, that's not fun. What's all right once in a while. I like to be a couch potato once in a while, but I do like to do fun things, and I like to make memories. And I know all of us do, but we got to plan ahead and so that they happen, right? So that's enough of that. But that's why I wanted to do this recipe for you and share it, because I really think you'll like it. And you might want to try it at your next summer picnic. And we love this for leftovers. A lot of times, it depends if you got a lot of people you're serving, because a lot of times this doesn't last too long. Last few years, we've been just doing summer picnics with my daughter and her family, and just us, maybe a couple other people. So we don't have as many people to feed. So then we do have leftovers. But when my kids were little, I always had, well, we were around a lot of family at that point in our lives. And so we always were having events with church friends, friends we knew in our bigger family. So we always had to make plenty. So after these sausages cook up, we are gonna put these in the pan and cook them with the onions. Now that is a lot of peppers, isn't it? Good thing I have this big pan. You need a big pan. Did I not put the timer on that? I'll go off, and I turned it off while I was talking, probably. You want to try to get these as done as possible, because they can sit. This is all going to sit in the sauce. After you cook the peppers and the onions up, you're going to pour in the sauce, put the sausage back in there, and you could even put your oven on. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that because I've got so much today. I'm going to put it on like 275. And you can put that in there because that can finish up cooking. I'm just going to put a little aluminum foil on there. So I'll be back in a moment. All right, these are ready pretty much to come off the stove. We're going to take the hot ones first. Get the back of my head. And what I do is, so I know which ones are hot and which ones are sweet, I cut the hot ones in half. Because otherwise you won't know, and that's not a nice surprise. Especially if you really don't like spicy. And you're going to save all the juices. And we're going to put this in our low, in the oven. Keep it warm while we're cooking the other part. Pour that juice in there. And then we'll take our sweet ones. And that will, if there's any pinkness, that will cook that, because I can see some of these ones on the end didn't cook through as good. So. That'll finish cooking up in our oven. All right, so let's get those in the oven. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and put our peppers in. Let's see, what spoon do I want? I'll take this big one. And you might have to put a little bit of. Might need just a little bit of olive oil. We do have some of the grease and a little bit of the olive oil. probably like a good tablespoon and a half. And let's put those in here. Be careful, might sizzle a little because that pan is pretty hot. And you might have to do a couple batches if you don't have a pan big enough. I think mine is going to be okay here. This is going to cook down. Let's just do this much for now. I want to get the onions in there. I've got about 1 large onion there. And you want those in thin slices. Oh, oh, that's part of that tougher skin. Let me get that off there. That smells so good already. I love this smell. The smell is like the smell of summer picnics. I don't know. Can the candle companies make summer picnic smell? What could it be? Could be sausage and peppers, hamburgers, watermelon. I know, I'm being corny. My husband always says, "You think you're funny, don't you?" Yeah, I'm probably the only one that laughs at my jokes. All right, so we are going to end up deglazing the pan with cooking this, and then after we cook this up, we're gonna add some sauce. I don't think I need any more onion. So I was thinking about using another half of one, but I don't think we need it. And then I'm gonna try to get more of these in here. I don't know. So we're just gonna keep stirring that. You're gonna have it on medium to medium high, and you're gonna keep a watch on it because you don't want to go through all this work and then scorch your peppers. So we'll be back in a little bit. We'll let this cook down. The sausage or the peppers have been cooking about 15 to 17 minutes. Cooked it down, pulled up a lot of those brown bits, and I'm gonna finish baking this in the oven. Sometimes I do it right on the stove top, but I still have some more peppers to do. So I'm going to put the sausage into this pan, which I could have done that right off, but that's okay because this is a little bit thinner than this cookie sheet. And I'm going to just place my sausages in that pan. Hopefully you can see good. Yeah, you can see what I'm doing. And then we're going to pour the peppers over the top. And we're going to pour some sauce over that. I decided to use this pan because it'll fit in my fridge. Well, you know, with the holidays, you always have a lot more in your fridge than normal. So it's like you gotta make space. I'm gonna pour that juice right into the flavor. All right, let's set this aside. And just be very careful. Can you see that okay? There we go. And I turn the oven up to 350. So I want that to cook through together, and so the flavors will come together with the sauce. Put a little more olive oil. We'll finish the. Woo! My pan is cooling down. And oh, right here. Let's put them in there. We'll put a little bit of garlic in there, not much. Put a little in here. What you saute? These won't take that long because there's just a small amount. But I probably could have even divided it up a little bit better, but I didn't. I'm just gonna smooth these out over the. We'll saute these down a little bit, and then you know what? We can pour the sauce on now while this is doing it. No sense to wait. So I did a mixture. I do this tomato basil, and I'm just gonna do a plain marinara in there. You're just use your favorite sauce. I like this one because it's really doesn't have a lot of extra ingredients. You might need 2 or 3 jars. Start out with a smaller amount. Oh, I forgot to put my salt on there. You don't need a ton of salt because you do have the sausage, but you need a little bit. So this is a big batch. I used about 1.5 teaspoons. If you wanted to crank up the heat a little, you could have used a little crushed red pepper. I'm going to put a little bit of black ground pepper in here. And you can put a little bit of red wine in your jar, in your drawer, in your jar, if you want. I did turn up that heat to, it's back to medium now, but I had it to medium. And you're just going to mix that through. Actually, need a regular spoon. That one. Usually I'll dump the sauce in there, which I think I might take my last jar and put it in there. So any little last bit of, we got most of the stuff off of here, so. All right, it gives us a good saute on here. I'm not going to put another jar. Got mixing this through a little bit, but I'm going to take a little bit of red wine, maybe maybe 1/8 of a cup, and I'm just going to give that a shake down in my jar and pull up any extra sauce. Be careful. And then I just pour a little in there. And let's pour that in here. Oh, meant to glaze the pan, but I think I ended up just putting more stuff on the bottom instead of glazing it. So let's just put a little bit of water in there. 2 tablespoons. I'm going to put that on high. I think it needs a little more. Yeah, thinking that's not going to be enough for that whole pan of sausage and peppers. All right. These ones are a little more tender, or got a little more bite to it, but that'll all cook in fine once we put it in the oven. I said you can cook the whole thing on top of the stove, or you can put it in like a Dutch oven. Let's put some water in there. Put it in a Dutch oven and put it in your oven. I needed to make a big batch, and this will fit in my fridge nice. So we can put some aluminum foil on there and get it in the oven. I think about 35-40 minutes probably be good. Get it all, that sauce to get into the peppers, you know. Ooh, you might want to put a cookie sheet under there. That'd probably be a good idea. So I'm going to clean up. We'll come back when it's done. Hey friends, so for our sausage and peppers with sauce, I was talking about the kind of buns you need or rolls. It's these bolillo rolls, and I found this in the bakery part of my local grocery store. And the thing about these rolls, I'm not going to take them out of the package, but these rolls are like a little bit of a heartier roll because you're dealing with sauce. It's going to soak through. You want a good sturdy bun, so you don't want something like a hamburger bun or a hot dog bun, something along that texture, because the sauce is just gonna like melt right through that. So you want something a little bit sturdy. You can use like a crusted French bread or hearty bread, but remember too, that might be a little hard to bite into. So I find that these are a nice choice. I'm not gonna open them up like I said right now because we're having a picnic later. And that's why you see me in a different outfit, because it is chilly today and we're going to have our family picnic today. And I don't want to be cold. So that's the rolls you need. Hey friends, it is the next day and we are going to taste our sausage and peppers. I just didn't do it last night. I was so tired. I did so much yesterday. I had to went shopping, and that entailed a few different grocery stores and my local farmers market to get my nice fresh strawberries. Because on another video, I make a strawberry rhubarb pie, so you make sure you watch and go ahead and watch that next video if you want to learn how to make strawberry rhubarb pie, and follow and subscribe so that you can catch all my latest videos. And because I talk a lot about home cooked meals, your average weekly night meals, special occasion meals. I give you a lot of how-to preps, getting ready for special occasions and holidays, and how to make it a little less stressful in the preparation of your food and decorations and all that. So if you like that kind of thing, go ahead and hit follow or hit subscribe and tell your friends too. So anyway, sausage and peppers. If you use it right away, it's going to be really good. If you do it the next day, it's going to be absolutely fabulous, darlings. So what I decided to do, I put it in this container, which you can bring it to your party, but I don't want this to slosh around in the car. I mean, I would wrap it good. I have it on a tray, but I am already doing is preheating my crock pot. I warmed this back up in an oven at I started out at 350 for like half an hour, and then I turned it down to like 225, probably for another half an hour. So it's good and hot. Where's my little ladle? So let's try a little bit, and I'm gonna get some of these peppers, a little bit of sauce, cut off a tip of this one sausage. I'm going to cut up a tip off of there. Remember, the hot sausages are in half, and the whole are just the plain sweet sausage. So let's give it a try. Now, if you can take a look at, let me put my camera down a little bit so you can get a better look. There you go. That's gonna be tasting great in the bread and the. Oh, that's the sauce. It's flavorful, but it's got a little sweetness from the peppers. I like that natural sweetness, not like a lot of um, added sugar or anything. It's natural. Let's try the. Let me put my camera back up. And then we're going to try the sausage. Mmm. Mmm. Doesn't it taste great on the bread? I can hardly wait. I don't want to spoil my appetite. So I'm just going to take this. Let's see if I can get a good shot of that. And we're going to transfer it into the crock pot because this is going to be a lot easier to transport. And not only that, if my daughter already has something in the oven or wherever you're going to your party, your guests, maybe there's not enough space in their oven. I probably could use a measuring cup. That might be a little quicker. Let's put the sausages in first. Try not to make a big mess. If I was doing this right at home, I probably would not move it out of this aluminum container. And at first I was like, oh, maybe I'll bring that. And after thinking about it, I'm like, you know what? That's going to be hard to get down the stairs. And maybe transporting. Oh, I wish you could smell this. Wish it had smell-o-vision. This smells great. And this is going to be enough for today, and we probably will have plenty of leftovers, which is okay with me. Usually per sub, you only need like one sausage. Once you put it in with the peppers, that's really all we need. So like I said, we have 15 sausages total. And we've got, I'm trying to think, 5, 6, 7 of us that I know of. I don't know if my daughter invited anybody else. So, and there's going to be other food. So this isn't the only. I would cook if we were having a bigger gathering. I would make more. Make more sausages. I probably have plenty of peppers here. I'm going to take that last bit of sauce and give it a good stir and pour that over. I'm trying to be careful not to get this on my sweatshirt. I just got this at California, Monterey. I like to get, when I go on vacation, I like to get the sweatshirt. Yes, I am a tourist, I know. All right, and then we're just going to pour that over. Doesn't that look luscious? And it filled the brim. So we're going to clean up. But yeah, so this is my rendition, my family's rendition of peppers and onions, sausage and peppers and onions with a tomato sauce. Give it a try. Yeah, so this is great for transporting. We're going to put it in the crock pot and get over to my daughter's house. We'll plug it back in, and it's still hot. It's nice and hot right now. I'll keep it hot until we're ready to go. But if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button and let your friends know. And will you share this? Do me a favor and share this. I've got some really fun, interesting things coming up throughout the summer. So keep your ear listening to some specials I got coming up soon. So I hope you have a happy Memorial Day. If you're watching this on Memorial Day, have a happy Memorial Day, and let's have a start to a really fun and memorable summer with family, friends, and good eats.